Hey, everybody. Hi. Okay. I actually love Jim Bob and Cindy. Like, Cindy is one of my dearest. And so when I saw the sign up sheet, I was like, I am so signing up with Jim Bob. The energy he brings to a room is insane. You know what I mean? And he might be the smartest human I know. So,
But I'm going to introduce because not only do you have fantastic turquoise jewelry, I mean, Paige and I, we like text each other pictures of turquoise.
cats.
We have a good time together. But Paige, she is an amazing leader, a crown diamond with Young Living, has 3 kids, lives in a beautiful home from the 1700s. She has a few things on her plate, and yet she's speaking to us tonight. She's written a great book that is recharging our brand partners, and she's going to speak to us tonight about the Young Living business, which we all love, and she has grown a terrific team. Thank you, Paige, for coming tonight. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thanks, friend. Hey, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Find me on Instagram. It's at Home Farm Girl. That's AT Home Farm Girl. So I need to first give credit. I have an executive on my team who is quickly building to silver. Her name's Sophie Payne, and she is the one that has championed a B+ business and has really pushed me to say, hey, a B+ business is okay. And you might be cringing a little bit. I was cringing a little bit. And so I'm going to unpack what that means. This call is typically designed for those that are currently building a brand partnership with Young Living. If you're watching this and you are currently not building a brand and you're interested, please reach out to the person that gave you this link, reach out to your enroller and say, hey, I would love to earn a paycheck. So the call for the next little bit, I am chatting to you as if you are building a brand partnership. Cool. The other thing is I'm a pretty straight shooter. And in my ideal world, I wish you were like at my house and we were like sitting on my couch and we were drinking not caffeinated coffee, of course, after the talk we just had, and we are loving each other and I'm shooting straight with you and we can still love each other. But that is not happening. So just know that I love you dearly. And so I'm going to say all of this out of love. So first off, yeah, I'm married. I have 3 kids. I'm homeschooling my kids. And then we sold our farm last year and we're renovating a very, very, very old house that may kill us. I am a crown diamond with Young Living. I have not made crown in probably a year or so, but I am so committed to Young Living and where we are headed as a company and the team that I am rebuilding and building, continuing to build. So I just want to come to you guys with a place of like, I've had a hard year or 2 or 3, and it has not felt super fun. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen from anybody else? Like, it has not felt fun. And so I just want to establish, maybe you're not in that place, but I'm just going to say what it is for me. And I want to kind of move onward and upward, but I want to do in a way that fits for us, that brings a new culture into Young Living, which I think we really need. And I'm going to yell this from like the wherever I can, of a culture that really champions these small wins that we have and not necessarily hyper focused on a pace or a rank, but really celebrating you and where you are in your brand partnerships. So what I mean by a B+ business is that we are choosing done over perfect. I don't need filters. I don't need to wear a fancy hat and be a unicorn and enroll 50 people every week on Instagram. I can show up and I can invest in the time that I have planned for my business, and then I can be okay with putting it down and walking away and going to play with my kids. I can show up, I can spend time growing my business for the time that I have said that I'm going to work, and then I can turn it off and watch Yellowstone with my husband. Like, it is okay to have boundaries, and boundaries are a good thing. It means that a B plus business for me has meant that I'm focusing primarily on actions that directly impact my paycheck, and getting rid of the crap that doesn't. Yeah, I said it. So like, I am saying that when I sit down to work, I'm putting my time and my energy into things that add zeros to a paycheck versus fluff that doesn't do me any good. It also means that I've removed language like hustle from my vocabulary, that I'm looking at how can I encourage my team to do this in a sustainable way and not in a way that's like, go, 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 go. It also means that I may not be able to bring my best on everything, but I can say, okay, no, I'm going to bring my best to this stuff right here. And we're going to talk about what this stuff is. I'm going to bring my A plus, my honor roll to this handful of things. And the rest is going to be maybe not perfect. And I'm going to explain what all these things, what I'm talking about very, very specifically. And so honestly, I really want to encourage us as we talk tonight of what does it mean to rest in a pace that is sustainable for your family and for you, for your own health. I mean, Jim Bob just talked to us about stress and adrenals, right? Like he just talked about that. I didn't even put this together actually till like right now. So like he literally put this, like he just talked to us about our stress levels and adrenals and going to bed at a reasonable hour. And so I really want to look at how can you grow a brand partnership in a way that fits for your life and can for a lifetime, that you are building a business that's going to be a legacy for your family. And that's really what I've even talked to as I'm getting new brand partners is I'm looking for legacy brand partners, people that are going to walk with me for this season and the next and the next. So the reason I cringed at the title of B plus business, does anybody watch Parks and Recreation? Okay, do you know who Leslie Knope is? Because I am Leslie Knope. I am the overachiever, go-getter. Like when I have to host the Thanksgiving at my house, y'all, if you want sweet potato casserole with marshmallows, I got you. If you want it with pecans and sugar, I got you. If you tell me your favorite way to have macaroni and cheese, like I'm going to make it like 4 different ways. Like I am like 100% committed to all the things. Like I don't leave anything out. Like I am like, go, go, go. Like, let's do this. Thanksgiving, bring your stretchy pants. We are about to kill this. And so I brought that energy to Young Living in 2013 when I first started. We had a hyper focus on the speed in which we launched and ran our brands. So for example, we saw this all over the place. Oh, so-and-so just hit silver in 4 months. So-and-so hit diamond in 12 months. So-and-so enrolled this person and this person and this person in record time and blah, blah. I don't know. Sorry, Jeanette's cat is being held like a baby and I am dying. Okay. Cat break. Okay. So we celebrated the speed in which people were growing a brand partnership. That's what we applauded, rather than saying, hey guys, what does this look like for us to create a business for the long term? What does it look like for us to enroll customers that love their products and are looking to be the gatekeepers for their home? And we are going to help these families month after month after month. I would rather enroll 10 people that order every month for the next 10 years versus 50 people that purchase one time and we never hear from again. So what does it look like for me to actually enroll someone and to do it well, to see them through changes in their health, to hold their hand and see them make significant changes to their family every month? Does that make sense? Because then they're going to be a loyal customer. They're going to keep ordering. And so anyway, we had this hyper focus on the speed. And so I don't know about you, I've had flocks of brand partners leaving, and they might be leaving because of disappointment. They might be leaving because of frustration. But I know at the end of the day, we were hyper focused on a pace and that we weren't celebrating the wins along the way. And so I really want to look at what does it look like for you to have a pace that's sustainable? What does it look like for you to have systems that work? And we're going to talk a lot about systems that work and what I mean by that. And so I want you to have a long game, not the short game. And so I think that comes that you have to redefine what success is. So when you think to yourself like, oh, my business isn't growing, my business isn't doing this or that, I want you to think a little bit more specific. What for you is success in this brand partnership? I know for me, when I got started, success for me meant I could pay our rent. My husband and I were on WIC, we were on food stamps, we were on Medicaid. I had $300 in our savings account. The starter kit cost $150. When I say we had no money, we actually we were down to, we had $300 in our savings account. That's what it was. So the kit was $150. I asked Josh if we could buy the starter kit, and he was like, well, what do we have to lose? I mean, we're broke. So I bought the starter kit, and I thought, okay, I've got to enroll 4 people to get this cost reimbursed to me. It was simple math. I knew I was going to make $50 on each kit sale. I needed to make the $200 to pay myself back after tax and shipping. It was simple math. And so for me, getting started with this brand partnership, for me, success meant that I could successfully pay our rent every month. That would be a huge win for our family, that we did not have to worry about rent anymore. And guys, there was a season, a very long season, that rent for us was a massive issue. We didn't know how we could pay it sometimes. And so for me, that was a thing that's successful. Maybe for you, your success is having your orders paid for every month. I think that's great. Maybe for right now, for me, I would love, my next big goal is I just moved here. I want to create a local team of 100 men and women that are passionate and excited about Young Living. That's my new goal. So what is that goal for you that you're like, yeah, this is a success for me? And it's not dependent on rank. It is not rank dependent, but it is something that you're like, hey, this is a win for me. Okay. So as I've said, if you've ever heard me talk before, there are 3 options for doing the business. You can get your product paid for. Number 2, you can have wiggle room in your budget. Number 3, game-changing income. I'm going to say that again. Get your product paid for, wiggle room in your budget, game-changing income. So when we talk about the brand partnership with other people, a lot of times we pitch it like a fire hydrant, and we're like, hey, you're going to learn and do all the things and make $1 bajillion, and it's going to be amazing. And a lot of people may want to do that. But what if we talked about the brand partnership in ways that our audience might resonate with our audience? You could have a person on the other side of the table that's like, hey, I would love to get my orders paid for every month. And for them, that is success. Then you have other people that are like, I could really use $500 in our monthly budget for this to be a success. Wiggle room in your budget is a good thing. So get your product paid for, Cynthia. Get your product paid for is number 1. Wiggle room in your budget. Game-changing income. Number 3, yeah, guys. So I remember when I went to the grocery store and I put organic meat in the shopping cart because it's so expensive. And I was like, I just wanted to show it off. I wanted to be like, hey, organic meat, guys, it's grass fed. Like I wanted to be like, anybody see this? I don't even have a coupon. Like I wanted people to see what I had in my cart. I was really excited about game-changing. Wiggle room in our budget. That was such a big deal. And so I remember that that was success for me. And all 3 of those options are great. Getting your product paid for, wiggle room in your budget, and game-changing income. And let me tell you this, I think B+ work is possible at all of these and getting $1,000 in your budget every month. I think you can operate in B+ work and reach the rank of silver. The key is, what do you do B+ work in? Okay, let me give you some examples. I might get ahead of myself, but we'll circle back a little bit. But B+ work might be, for me, it was social media. Like reels make me want to stab myself in the eyeball, and I physically hate doing them. But guess what? The algorithms love reels. So I'm delivering B+ reels. It's not perfect. It's done. I pick trending audio. It's done. It's not perfect, but it's done. I deliver B+ classes. They're not pretty. They're me showing up, teaching, and giving the information that I can. I give B plus content that I outsource. Like, I'm like, okay, I want to do a monthly newsletter. It would take me 42 hours on Canva to put this together. Is there somebody that sells a monthly newsletter that I can buy and set and take? Yes. Yes, there are people. I chose to pay for promo texts that went out every month because I would, again, spend another 42 hours making a graphic, attaching things to it, and getting it all set up. It was better for me to say, okay, the thing that actually makes me money is enrolling people with a premium starter kit. Right now, Young Living has given the US market this amazing extra bonus. The thing that makes you the most money right now is enrolling people with the premium starter kit. It is better for you to put A+ effort at that and B+ effort at other things. Does that make sense where I'm going with this? You want to put your time and energy into things that directly relate to your paycheck, and then not towards things that really can be let go, like really can let go. So when I got started in Young Living, it was very much like, put your head down, only your team's graphics, you know, don't team YL, you let them do their thing, we're gonna do ours, and that's just total crap. Like, there's so many resources out there, like this call, the Life Steps app. Team Young Living has opportunities and things that you can use. So for example, if you don't have the capacity to teach a class, then you spend your time and energy at inviting to the Monday night classes. Like, if you don't have the time and energy to do a brand partner call for your team, then you invite people to tonight's call. You spend your time and energy into the things that directly add to your paycheck, and I guarantee that's when you spend time enrolling people specifically with a premium starter kit. Okay, so why a B+ business? I think it releases you from pressure and it allows you to pace, not push. It also gives you the green light to be 1% better. And I'm going to show you how 1% better has impacted me in such a huge way. A year ago, I read James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. Danette and I did a book study with it. It was amazing. And guess how many changes I made to my life after I read that book? 0. Great book, did nothing with it. And so come on, guys. Anybody else read that book and did nothing? Okay, that was me. Okay, so read the book, made no changes. And then a year later, I decided to start drinking a gallon of water every day. One small change, a gallon of water every day. It led to another change. I then gave up caffeine. A few weeks later, gave up caffeine. Y'all, this is the honest to God truth about this progression of this. A gallon of water. Then I gave up coffee. I wanted to die inside a little bit, but I didn't. And I kept going. And then I started washing my face. I know I should start washing my face. I should have been doing this a long time, but I didn't. Okay. So then I started washing my face more consistently and using like CBD Beauty Boost. It was amazing. So I'm washing my face. I'm not drinking caffeine. I'm drinking water. This is crazy. And then it led to this crazy change. I thought, okay, these were big deals for me, y'all. Giving up caffeine was a big deal for me. And I thought, you know, what if I started getting up an hour early to work on my brand partnership? And so I thought, I've done all these really big things. They feel big. And I did, y'all. So for the past 2 months, I've been getting up an hour early to work on my brand partnership in quiet space and time. And then I started inviting my fellow brand partners to join with me. And so every morning at 6 a.m., there's about 8 to 10 girls and we work on our brand partnership for an hour before our kids get up. And it has been the sweetest, most productive time that I've had in 8 years of doing this business. It's the sweetest thing. And it all started with this small change of drinking water. And so running a B+ business is, I just need you to be 1% better now than you were yesterday, and 1% better tomorrow. Hold on, Charlotte says, I was okay with you, but waking up an hour earlier. I know, it was insane. But I knew that I could create small changes that could compound and then have big results, which is the whole purpose of Atomic Habits. So a lot of times what happens is we minimize the micro. Okay, we say, oh, I only have 30 minutes. I can only reach out to one person. Or maybe you do this, I only have a half an hour. What's the point of going to the gym? Or I've already eaten like crap for breakfast. What's the point of eating healthy for lunch or dinner? Does anybody do this? Am I the only person? Okay, you minimize the micro, you minimize the small. And so I want to bring back power to the small changes that we can make. So if you have 30 minutes, guys, you've got 30 minutes to work your brand partnerships. That's exciting. It's not, I only have 30 minutes. I have 30 minutes to work my brand partnership. So what this means, giving you the freedom to have a B+ business, is that it gives you the green light that done is better than perfect. So there's a couple things that I would suggest. One is you have to have the abundance mindset, meaning that you can leave the brand for its time and place in your life and then walk away, because you're not missing out. You're giving it the space and time it needs. So having that mindset that like, I'm not leaving things, I'm not missing out. I've created space and time for my brand partnership, and that's where it can live. Number two is I think you need to say, what are the things I need to give excellent A+ work to? And for me, that's enrolling and onboarding customers and enrolling and onboarding brand partners. Those two specific things. That is where my time and energy should go. Cute graphics are crap. Like, let somebody else make them. Do that. Other people write scripts for classes, use their scripts. Take the information you learned tonight from Jim Bob, go teach 3 of your teammates about it. Like, you have all the things out there. You don't need to spend your time and energy recreating stuff. Use what's out there, and that your A+ work should be in enrolling people, specifically with the premium starter kit. Secondary is customized bundles. And then 3, enrolling and onboarding brand partners. Okay, so onboarding means setting someone up for success, whether it's using the products and knowing how to get information. So we'll talk about that for customers. Onboarding brand partners is setting them up for success so that they know how to immediately build a paycheck and then where to get information later. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that. So the other thing is, number 3, and we'll talk about some of these systems I have, I unfollowed people on Instagram, and I left groups that were creating noise in my life. I just unfollowed and left and ignored, and is that awful? Muted people that I was like, I don't want to compare myself. I don't need this in my headspace. I unfollowed on Instagram, I think it was 3,000 people. Like, I'm not kidding. It took weeks, but I was like, I don't want to be distracted. When I get on Instagram, I am here to build a brand partnership. And that means I'm going to follow people that are in my target market and niche. I'm going to engage with them on social media, and the rest I can't do. Like, I don't have the capacity for that. I chose to give value to the micro level of work. I changed my thinking from I only have 30 minutes or I only have an hour to I have an hour. I have an hour to use well. I really began to see the value of the micro. And I've used this example before. Like, when your kid, if you have a kid and he takes his first steps, what do you say? Like, well, that was nice. You could have done more. You could have walked further. Why didn't you run? No, when like a baby takes his first steps, you're like, oh my gosh, like you're losing your mind. You're so excited because it was a big deal. And so the micro should have value. If you lose 5 pounds and you're like, I lost 5 pounds. And I was like, well, too bad it's not 20. I mean, 1, I would be a jerk, but 2, let's celebrate the 5, right? Like, that's a huge win. The other mindset shift I had with B+ work is I'm not responsible for the choice of other people. Like, I can only do what I can do. So I can put my head down and choose to work and give to this brand partnership. If other brand partners don't want to do this anymore, that's not on me. That's on them. Like, I am not responsible. I give them opportunities to connect with me. I give them skills. I give them like the opportunities to grow skills. I give them the opportunities. If they choose not to take them, it is not my fault, and it is not mine to carry. I can lay this down. It is not mine to carry. And I can't always provide the carrots, like the dangling carrots for people to like, here, come do this, come do this. Like, that was taking for me emotional energy, mental energy. I was exhausted. And then I was frustrated. Like, I'm doing this amazing incentive. Why aren't you doing it? And it's like, they know that's not my problem. If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. And it's okay. And I can leave it there. So logistically, how I build a B+ business is I first assess what was working and what wasn't. So for example, my schedule was not working. So in my ideal world, I was going to homeschool in the morning and I was going to work in the afternoon. Guys, it was not working. It would be mid-afternoon. The toilet would get clogged. Oh my gosh, the cat brought in a mouse in the house. And then, you know, a pipe broke. Oh, and FedEx is here. And it was like the afternoon for me became like chaos. Does anybody deal with chaos in there like that? Just me? Okay. So I began to see like, okay, something's got to give for me to actually work my brand partnership. And so the early morning wake up call was huge. Like it changed my brand partnership this year because it allowed me to give my that priority time to what I needed to grow my business. Meaning, how can I enroll someone in this hour? Who are the customers that I can reach out to? Who are the brand partners that I want to tap on the shoulder and say, hey, let's chat? That hour every morning, I focus on enrolling someone, connecting with a customer, and connecting with a brand partner, rinse and repeat. I make a list for my week. Was the other thing was I decided to switch from tracking my week to planning my week. So on Monday, what I do in my hour morning, the first 20 minutes is I basically plan my week of who I'm going to be reaching out to that week. I have a customer list, I have a brand partner list, and I have a growing prospect list. And I sit down and I plan who are the people that my goal is to reach out to these people during this hour-long work session. During that hour-long work session, I post on social media, and then I began working through my list. And you know what I do? I voice memo. I sit there and I voice memo people. And it's like, hey, I sent out an email newsletter last week. I hope you got it. I know that you and I had talked about adrenals. Jim Bob just did this great talk. I'm going to attach the link. I would love for you to watch it. And we haven't gotten coffee in a while, speaking of adrenals. Like, I literally like put a message in there that's a personal message, but then I also have something to give that's a part of a system. Does that make sense? Yes, I voice message on Facebook. So for everything I do, I have a lot of things that are already in place systematically. I have a customer newsletter every week. I have a brand partner newsletter every week. Those things go out every week. But this hour-long time that I'm using, I spend voice messaging people to have a personal connection. And that's what I do for the hour. I then I reassessed and I set hours that worked for our family. I switched, like I said, from tracking my week to planning my week. And then I helped my brand partners do the exact same. So what we did was we said, obviously something's not working. We are living on the defense all the time. Like, we sit down to work our brand partnerships and we're like, oh, who should I reach out today? Let me see who commented on my social media. I'll talk to those people. We said, nope, who are the people that this is our week. This is the customers I'm reaching out to. Here are the brand partners I'm reaching out to. Here are the prospects I'm reaching out to. I'm not reacting anymore. I'm going to be proactive at growing my brand partnership. And then for me, what I found was by doing that, I could invite brand partners to come alongside me and we do the same thing. We say it's 3 lists. It's actually 4. It's what are the products I'm sharing? Who are the prospects I'm talking to this week? Who are the customers I'm talking to this week? And who are the brand partners? Courtney Kritz has this in the Life Steps app. She has a WHAM. It's a WAM, a WAM tracker. Well, what we did was we printed off her WAM tracker and we used it as a planner. Is to say, okay, what are the products I'm going to share? Who are the prospects I'm inviting, the customers I'm inviting, and the brand partners I'm inviting? And it's a rinse and repeat situation. Okay, so there are other things I've had some of you guys mention as I've chatted about these things, but running a B+ business, what I did was I put some systems in place, and I did this with groups of people. So I made a list, y'all, a big list on a dry erase board of every group of people that I could possibly imagine. New customers, new brand partners, new rankers, first time enrollers. And I brainstormed every possible category, 0 PVs, people that haven't ordered in 1 month, people that haven't ordered in 2 months, about to go inactives. I literally filled up a whiteboard of every category of people that I could think of. New rankers, first time enrollers, like, y'all, it was hilarious. So what I looked at the board, I thought, okay, I can't deal with this. I'm gonna go to sleep. So apparently I have adrenal fatigue, according to Jim Bob, when you take a stressful situation and you go to sleep. No, so I thought, okay, what group of people do I have a system for, or do I want to first make a system for? So I circled new customers. Okay, what can we do for our new customers that I know that this is gonna happen? I could be in a hospital bed, I could be birthing a human, but I know that this is still going to happen because I have this in place. And so for me, for that, I have a text message and an email that goes out. That's what I did first. Then the next thing, it was, okay, what about our new loyalty rewards members? What do I want to go for them? And I put a system in place. I want this email and this text. So I did not address all my categories of people on day 1. Do you know how long it took? Okay. Do you know how long it took, guys? 4 years. 4 years to work through all the categories of people that I had on that board. And then it was figuring out who and where do I need to move things, what's working. But I slowly and gradually build out systems that worked for me. And so I would encourage you, maybe it's new customers. That's the first thing you want to tackle. What are new customers? What do you want to bring what's the A+ work you can give your new customers? What's the A+ work that you could give your new loyalty rewards members? Then once those systems are in place, what that allows me to do is that frees me up in that hour to work and to do personal engagement. Are you tracking with me? So let's say Danette's in my downline. She is a new senior star. Go Danette Goodyear. Welcome to Senior Star. That means she is going to get an email from me with a list of like resources and what she needs to do to build to executive. She's going to get something in the mail from me as a congrats on reaching Senior Star. And then but those are all automated, like they're already planned. I just have to put her address label on the card and it goes out and I sign my name. But then the personal note for me is she gets a voice memo from me. Jeanette, I saw that you reached Senior Star. You're going to get a little something in the mail from me and something in your email, but I am so proud of you. And I wanted you to hear my voice and know that I see you and I'm so thankful that you're on the team. And what you bring to us is this, 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 and this. So that in under a minute, because those voice memos cut off at a minute, that Danette is seen and cared for by me. And the system I have in place is already happening. She's going to get those things automatically. I just have to run the reports and they happen. But she gets that personal connection from me that's the A+. Does that are y'all tracking with me on the difference? So I have this automated system in place that's going to happen combined with that personal touch. Okay. The other thing that I chose to do is I really wanted to streamline and simplify onboarding, bringing on new brand partners. So when I got started, and up until like a few months ago, we added everybody to 1 million groups. We had them watch 20 different videos, listen to all this verbiage on the compensation plan. This is everything you need to build the silver. Find out your why, know your niche. What's your target market? Are y'all tracking with me? Does anybody else do that? Okay. And you add them to like 20 Facebook groups and you tag them in 400 posts, and then you send them some stuff in the mail, and then they are sitting there like a deer in headlights, and they're like, I am so confused about what we're supposed to be doing. So running a B+ business for me meant that I was going to bring my A+ to onboarding new brand partners. Yes, we are giving them literally adrenal fatigue. So true. So what it meant was, okay, I just did this. I just enrolled 2 new brand partners. This is one conversation I had last week. We're at Starbucks drinking our non-caffeinated coffee, our herbal tea. I actually was having an herbal tea. Okay, so when I sat down with her, I was like, this is what you need to do. You're going to buy the business essentials kit that basically gives you a check mark so you can start earning commissions. And what your whole goal for the next like 3 weeks, your whole goal is that you are going to earn the most money when you sell one of these kits. And I show her on a document our premium starter kit options. So your goal is, this is what you're selling, one of these starter kits. And you will want 4 people to purchase one of these so that you get your money back from your kit sale, from your kit purchase and your business essentials kit, and have a little bit of money in your pocket. I showed her the graphic of the cultivate and grow bonus. I say, you want to enroll this many people, you will make this much money. Who are the 4 people that you would like to enroll with one of these kits? That's it. Her whole first month is spent on enrolling 4 people. That's it. I didn't even add her to my business Facebook group, because all I want her to do this month is to enroll 4 people. That's what I want her to do this month with one of these options. And so then I will help her post on social media. I will give her ideas of what she can say. I have posts that she can, like, if she needs ideas, but this is all her focus is for the first month, is enrolling these 4 people. And then I gave her like a bonus goal. I said, and girl, we are looking for you to get 2 friends to do this brand partnership with, kind of out of the gate. If you can get 2 brand partners out of the gate, you're good to go. And we wanted to keep it super simple. I never mentioned silver and about building 2 legs and reaching for the stars and chasing her dreams. I did not mention building like the rank of diamond. All I said was, let's get you your first paycheck. Our first goal is these 4 people. That's it. That's the plan. That's where we're going. I'm not going to fire hydrant her with a ton of stuff. And so I think running a B+ business means that we have to simplify things and allow people to put A+ effort into the things that are going to produce the most fruit for their paychecks. Okay. So I basically said, what am I selling? Who am I selling to? What am I selling? One of these premium starter kits. Who am I selling to? I'm selling to these people. I had my brand partners do this week. I said, write down the names of the 4 people. To my brand partners, I said, write down the names of the 4 to 5 people you plan on enrolling this week. Who are the 4 to 5 people you're enrolling this week? Like, just write their names down. And this is where you put your time and energy into. Okay. So all that to say, I've kind of been all over the place, but I hope you heard that the main point is that I want you to put time and energy into a few things. The A+ effort and the B+ effort into a bunch of other stuff. I want you to have systems in place that work for you when you are laid up in a hospital bed or having dental surgery and wanting to like stab yourself in the eyeball. Like, I want you to have systems in place that work for you, that may not be things that you created. You use your uplines, you use your downlines, you use Team YL, and then you intentionally put your time and energy into a set amount of things. The other thing I want you to do is to actually say, what is the defined amount of time that I want to grow my brand partnership, and be okay and show up for that. So me saying a B+ business is not like, I'm not going to work, I'm not going to do anything. No, I do have a set time and place for growing my brand partnership. Like, it exists, but it's defined, and I'm okay with that. Okay, guys, I have got a ton of questions coming in. I'm going to stop there and then answer questions that you guys have. If I've missed something, just go ahead and toss me a question. So where do I get things? I've had that come up quite, like, where am I getting all this stuff? So the engagement source has some great text. So you pay for a monthly membership. For me, it was worth paying for that monthly membership. It was worth it to me to pay for that. However, I will take her text and tweak some of the verbiage so it sounds more like in my voice. It's $25 a month, the engagement source. The other thing is there's a Facebook group called the Class Hub. And she does newsletters, and she has a whole onboarding. It's actually Paige's group. Danette, do you know that link? If you can. Okay. So what she does is she has a whole onboarding email campaign for $60. It gives you 6 emails for your new customers. I imported it into Flowdesk, and bam, those are my emails. There's a series of 6. Then she has all these amazing emails, like on hormones. She has on Ningxia. She has it on thieves, like all these different emails, and you pay per email. And usually they're about $10 an email. And so what I do is I get her emails, and then I input it into Flowdesk. And Flowdesk also always has a coupon code for 50% off. So don't do Flowdesk. Let me find. I will find. Stacy, are you in Ashley Pate's group? Okay, Stacy's gonna get it. Okay. So there's a group called Class Hub, and she does emails, and I buy all of her emails. Now, let me tell you, if you don't have the budget, you don't have to do all these things. Please don't hear me say that. So for example, you don't need to pay for every email. But what you could do is to say, hey, it's worth it to me to spend the $10 for a new customer email, because I'm going to use that every month. Does that make sense? But it may not be worth it to you to spend money on the thieves email, because you don't send that every month. So you can decide what is the best use, because I don't want you spending money on stuff, really. So I chose a few things that I thought this is worth when I evaluate my time and my energy in spending that $10. That was worth it to me. Okay. Let me see what else. Mary Jo, if you'll just scroll up, Stacy found it and posted the link. The other thing is, guys, there is such good material that you probably already have in your Facebook groups. And so I would just encourage you, maybe you book a work session and all you do is for 10 minutes every day, you just reshare stuff you've already posted. If you've been in this business for 6, 7 years, 10 years, 15, there is good stuff already out there. So even in my oil group on Facebook, we are putting out exactly like the same material that we did 5 years ago. We're just resharing it. So Cynthia said, can you tell us what Flowdesk does for you? Yeah, it allows you, it's similar to MailChimp. It allows you to create emails and then send them out to a group of people. So what I do is I pull a report from Oily Tools or YL Insights or the Virtual Office or Oily Trends. And I say, hey, I want to pull a report of first-time enrollers, and then I can use that report to either send voice messages, I can use that report to send an email through Flowdesk, or I can use that report to send a project broadcast. So what I found was that people were missing notifications on Facebook left and right, and it was better for me to send an email and then also a voice memo. We were getting more engagement with that. Stacey's like, we have 12 starter bundles. I'm like 9, 12, 15. And I'm responsible for teaching my kids math, so this is good. Okay. Great questions. What are the best low-cost programs or apps to use? So Debbie, I would just encourage you to use the things first that your upline is already providing. So that would be number one. Number two is the Life Steps app. I believe I pay for it for the year, I think, but I think it's $8 or $9 a month. Stacy, help me out. It's lifestepsapp.com, and you can upgrade to the it's free for everyone, but you can upgrade to the pro version. And I mean, they just knock it out of the park. You don't have to pay for almost anything. They have stuff you can use for newsletters in there. They have, I just looked, they have this whole carousel oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank, but they have images that you can use. Right now they have all the starter bundles that you can download for Insta stories, and you can put them in your stories, because that's what we're making commissions on, like out crazy right now. So the Life Steps app pro version would be hands down the worst.
I was just on there today as well, and I was teaching 2 different people, and they're like, I don't know how to do my phone and stuff. I said, well, the app, if people don't know, the app still you can use on your computer as well. So I'm not as techie on my phone either, but you can bring this up on, people usually often think that apps are just for the cell phone, but you can use them on your computer as well.
Yes. I actually use Project Broadcast, actually, isn't that funny, more for my computer than I do my phone, you know, so I can. So Wendy said, Wendy, you're one of my favorite people. Do I pull reports once a week and work from there? So it's a both and. There's some reports I choose to pull every month. So for example, money missers, we pull money missers at the 3rd week of the month. So we still have a week to reach out to people during that last week so that they could potentially earn a paycheck. First time enrollers are every Friday, because I want them to also, if they've enrolled someone for the first time, I don't want them to miss out on additional bonuses. So on every Friday, we pull the first time enroller report for the week before. And so I basically have a master spreadsheet. And by the way, I am not naturally organized. I am a total hippie. Like, I would rather be living my best life in Sedona, Arizona than doing this stuff. But it is important to me that I don't miss a group of people. So I took that big whiteboard and I put all those people on a column of a spreadsheet. First time enrollers, stars, senior stars, executives, silvers, like first time silvers, about to go inactives. And I made this whole long on one column. And then I began to say, what's one thing I want to do for each category? What's one thing I want to do for each category? And over several years, I built that up. And then I began to add sometimes other new categories. So for example, I've added re-rankers, because I've been in a season with my brand partnership where I haven't had a lot of people new ranking. And so I was like, well, let's celebrate the re-rankers. Let's make a big deal about re-ranking. So I've over time added categories, and then over time I've added and tweaked different things. So for example, I used to send a bunch of stuff on Facebook. People missed it. So I scrapped that and began to do something different. Best place to get a website. So I use MyYL for the bundles and then the stuff from Life Steps, but that's it. I don't have like a fancy website that I use MyYL and send people bundles. That's basically what I do. So before we close, okay, I've had a bunch of people ask me, what do you do for an hour when you grow your brand partnerships? Guys, write this down. Number one, what products are you going to share this week? Go ahead and write down the products you want to share this week. What are the 7 products you want to talk about on your social media this week? What are the 7 products that I want to see in rotation? And I'm going to say this, okay, and if I get Danette can kick me off, or Stacy can kick me off, but like Modere hammers out their stupid collagen all the time in the stupid spoon. So they have other products left and right, but they hyper focus on one of their products. So you see it all the time. It's in your face. If I buy this collagen and drink it out of this stupid spoon, I'm going to feel amazing and live my best life, because you see it all the time. Well, at the end of the day, guys, they're putting one product. They have a ton, not a ton, they have other products, but you are seeing this one product over and over and over again. So what is the one product? What are the 5 products you want to put heavy in your rotation on your social media over and over again? Okay. Pick products from the starter kit. I mean, you want to rotate. Sulfurzyme. I had people ask me about my hair. I'm like, Sulfurzyme, lavender, rosemary, rinse and repeat, and cedarwood. Like, these, I'm going to put this. Now, when I had dental surgery, I'm going to do, here are my oils. I'm going to talk about this all week. So doing that, what are your products? Then this week, who are the 7 to 10 prospects that you want to reach out to? Notice I said that's 1 to 2 people, 1 to 2 prospects every day. Who are the 1 to 2 prospects? So that's 7 to 10 total for the week. Number 2, who are the 7 to 10 customers you want to reach out to this week? And then who are the brand partners that you want to say, hey, let's get up at 6 a.m. And we start there. So I really want to encourage you to say, and then so when you sit down to work in your hour, you spend that first 5 to 10 minutes, you post on social media and you stop, you get off of it. You don't scroll. You don't look at the cat videos. You walk away from the cat videos. You just walk away. Okay. Or the Johnny Depp trial. And then you come back to it later. But you walk away from Johnny Depp and then you've posted on social media. Then you're going to reach out to 1 to 2 prospects. Then you're going to reach out to 1 to 2 customers. Then you're going to message a brand partner. And you should be able to get all of that done in about 30 minutes. Yep, you set a timer. I mean, I do. I literally have I work from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. And at 7 a.m. I start cooking breakfast for the kids. Like, that's it. I'm out. Okay. Great. So, so Wendy just said, we just started a daily niche challenge and it's been incredible with folks sharing. We've given them info to post or a framework to work from, and they're all doing it. It's beautiful. And so the reason why though, Wendy, is you're giving people the tools they need to be successful. Like, they don't have to sit down and give brain space to what am I going to say. You've given them the framework and they can run with it. So that's why when I have a new brand partner, I give them the framework for what they need to sell one of those kits, and then what to do next. So Tina, it's a great question. If they don't reply to me, I'm not going to like hang outside their house and be like, why didn't you voice message me back? Like, what are we doing here? No, I move on to my next group. I move on to my next people. But in a couple weeks or a month or 2, I might circle back to that person again. I might comment on their social media. I might invite them to a class. I might invite them to something I'm doing, but I'm not going to message them again that week and be like, hey again, but they will come back on my rotation for sure. Great question. So your post came from the product list you made earlier. Yeah, Christy. So my post, I'm interspersing my own personal stuff, right? Things that I want to talk about. Like, I love talking about homeschooling. I love talking about what we're doing here on our house. But then my Young Living stuff it's going to be what I want to get out there. It's from my product shared list. And so when I go to plan my week, I know that these are the 6, 7, 10 products that I want to put on rotation this week. Do I give new brand partners and graphics to post that month? So it's interesting. We are about to try something super new, Melissa. I'm a little like, I'll let you know if this bombs, but basically we made a document of your first 6 social media posts and essentially giving them framework for their post if they are unsure of what to do. So I'm a little cringing on that, but we're gonna see how it goes. Jody said, can you schedule your voice message? So I just hope to God they have their notifications turned off. and I just voice message. That's when I have to do it because that's what we have. That's my time. Okay, guys, I'm only got 3 more minutes. You can find me on Instagram at Home Farm Girl. I did write a little back in the business booklet. It's a PDF. I think it's good. I enjoyed going. I did it last summer, and it was food for my soul. Actually, working through it, it was really helpful. So you can find me on Instagram. And I know this talk was all over the place, but I hope it was helpful, and I hope you felt encouraged and loved and cared for. And I really want to challenge you that, how do I say this? I think you're great. And I think what you're doing and how you're running your business is great, and you're enough, and you're good. And I don't want you to have this pressure that you've got to be somebody else. You've got to go at somebody else's pace. I just want you to be okay and good with where you're at. You know what I mean? So anyway, I love you guys dearly. I hope you have a great, great week. And if you're coming to convention, let's hug.
I'm ready to hug you. I'm excited about that. Thank you, Paige. Did you guys not learn so much? Were you not taking like crazy amounts of notes? Thank you so much for prepping always so well. That was A+ work, by the way, just in case you needed a grade for tonight, because that was awesome. So good. You saw us here, everybody. I mean, 100, almost 200 people all night listening. So we're super proud of you. So thank you, Paige. Thank you for spending your time prepping for this and teaching us. And you guys, next Monday is Memorial Day. So we are not going to have a Monday night Ignite. Jody Meshuk was going to be speaking. We are moving that. So she will be speaking on June 20th. And you guys have some fun with your family and friends next Monday night. And we will see you the next one, which is that like the 4th of June or something like that? I don't have that in my head. 4th or 5th of June?
June 6th.
Thank you. The 6th of June. So we'll be back for that Monday Night Ignite. So happy you guys all came tonight. If you want to unmute yourselves and say goodnight, feel free.
Good night. Thanks a bunch.
Good
Night.
night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
awesome.
Good night. See you at
Good night.
convention.
Thank you.